मैं आपका दोस्त तेजस्वी शर्मा एक बार फिर आप सबके सामने लाइव फेसबुक के माध्यम से जवाहरलाल नेहरू विश्वविद्यालय से। और हमारे बीच आज हमारे साथ में बहुत ही खास मेहमान हमारे साथ दोस्तों मौजूद हैं। इनका नाम है अभिचल भटनागर जी और इनका हम बहुत बहुत स्वागत करते हैं। और दोस्तों आप सब मुझे इतना प्यार और इतना सपोर्ट दे रहे हैं, इसके लिए आप सबका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। और आज हम अभिचल जी से बात करेंगे और हम जानेंगे कि किस तरीके से ये हमारे लिए मोटिवेशन है, प्रेरणा है और किस तरीके से इन्होंने अपनी हिम्मत और कोशिश के बल पे जो है अपनी लाइफ को चेंज किया और आज वो इस मुकाम तक पहुंचे हैं। तो आज आप सबको मैं इनसे लाइव बात कराऊंगा एंड आई होप दोस्तों कि आप सबको इनसे बहुत प्रेरणा और मोटिवेशन मिलेगी। तो हाउ आर यू?
Fine, Piyush. Thank you so much for inviting me to this show. It's really an amazing experience to be here.
थैंक यू सो मच अभिचल जी, जो आपने अपना कीमती वक्त निकाला कि आप हमारे जो है लोगों से बात कर पाएँ और अपनी स्टोरी जो है उनके साथ शेयर कर पाएँ और किस तरीके से आपने अपनी लाइफ को चेंज किया, किस तरह से आप हम सब के लिए मोटिवेशन है, उसके लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। पहले मैं अभिचल जी आपसे जानना चाहता हूँ कि आप जेएनयू से क्या कर रहे हैं और आपको क्या परेशानी है?
I'm currently pursuing my MA first year in English, and I have joined this year, and it has been an amazing experience academically in JNU.
Okay.
But the campus is having some difficulties or some obstacles in the movement of the disabled people.
Okay.
The campus is not as barrier free as it should be as per the guidelines of the government and as well as the guidelines of the university. However, there are improvements taking place every day, and I hope that as the time progresses, we will see JNU as the first model of an accessible university in India. That is my hope.
Okay, so Avichal ji, I would like to know what kind of disability you have.
I am 100% visually impaired.
Okay.
I can see very little, like around 0.5% from my left eye.
Okay.
And I have nothing in my right eye because it's completely damaged. And I had cataract by birth in both eyes, but the doctor did a wrong surgery, so it became glaucoma. And later my cornea was transplanted in the right eye. However, it did not work out. The body rejected the cornea. So as a result, now I am 100% visually impaired.
ओके, सो अविचल जी बिल्कुल, जब आपको ये परेशानी है और जिस तरीके से, तो जाहिर सी बात है सोसाइटी में जो है आपको काफ़ी सारी दिक्कत आती होगी हमारे समाज में। किस तरीके से लोगों का रिएक्शन रहा है इस चीज़ को लेके?
The society is divided into two different camps on this matter. One camp is quite sympathetic. They feel that it's our moral duty to help such people who are having special needs. The other camp is a camp which is quite insensitive. They feel that it's none of their business if somebody is having a problem. And there is also a third camp, though it's not that active or that much accountable. That camp feels that we need to give them empathy and not sympathy. And I think the approach of the third camp, in combination with the approach of the first camp, will work out as a proper model. Because we need empathy. Definitely we need empathy and not sympathy. However, sympathy in the relative sense we need. For example, you need to be sensitive towards our needs. For example, if I need a book in Braille so that I can be on par with my other friends who read the same book in print, so it's the moral duty of the society to provide me with the same. The second camp, which I mentioned about earlier, who is quite insensitive, this camp causes the biggest hurdles. And this camp comprises, surprisingly, of people who are sitting on topmost posts in various departments of the government and some private sectors also. So their approach is that the visually impaired people or the disabled people in general are not capable enough to be employed or are not capable enough to be the part of the society. They do basically exclude the disabled people from their vision of an egalitarian society if they do have any vision as such. And the main problem which arises out of this camp is, in JNU, for instance, there have been instances where some people have denied admission to the disabled people. And also there have been cases where the disabled people have been denied jobs by the government departments like UPSC and many other departments. Sometimes they even qualify the interview, but they are not given the call letter. So problems exist on all levels. However, the thing which gives us a ray of hope is that the society is changing, though very slightly, but it is changing. And the people are becoming more aware and more sensitive, and they are showing more passion to help the disabled and they are basically trying to level the playing field, which is actually needed. We don't need sympathy as such. We need an equal opportunity. We need equal participation, and we need a level playing field so that we too can be at par with the other people and showcase our talent. And we can prove that we are not different, or we are not people with special needs. Rather, we are people who happen to be disabled but otherwise are normal.
ओके सो मैं अविचल जी एक चीज़ और आपसे जानना चाहता हूँ कि बिल्कुल जब किसी को इस तरह की परेशानी होती है तो फैमिली का आपके लिए क्या सपोर्ट रहा, क्या उनका योगदान रहा?
Usually what happens is that in majority of the cases where the disabled people are born, the family is not aware about how to educate them. And then there are again two kinds of approaches which happen. In one case, the family is quite keen to educate the child. In the other case, the family feels that the child should be protected from the society and should be kept confined inside the home. However, my family was quite supportive on all fronts, and today, whatever I am, the level which I have achieved, qualifying JNU entrance and all those other achievements, it's all because of my unending family support. My parents are also having a disability, so they have understood my needs from the very beginning, and they have been quite supportive. For example, I was admitted into National Association for the Blind. It's a blind school in RK Puram, Delhi, and they have an integrated education model. They provide basic life skills to the blind students, and then they send them to study in schools with the sighted children. It's called the integrated education model. So when I was admitted to DPS, I was having a lot of problems in hostel of NAB. So my class teacher from DPS, she advised my parents that you should shift to Delhi because he's having a lot of problems, and my parents did shift to Delhi, and that was the biggest achievement which or rather I should say that was the biggest step which my parents took, and this is all what made the difference.
बिल्कुल अविचल जी को दोस्तों हम सुन रहे हैं, और अविचल जी हमारे लिए एक बहुत बड़ी मोटिवेशन है, प्रेरणा है, और हमने देखा कि किस तरीके से इन्होंने अपनी लाइफ को चेंज किया और आज इतने आगे हैं जीनी में और इस लेवल तक ये पहुंचे हैं, और ये हम सबके लिए एक मिसाल है दोस्तों। बिल्कुल अविचल जी, मेरा एक सवाल आपसे व्यक्तिगत रूप से भी है कि मैं योग का विद्यार्थी हूँ, और योग जो पूरे विश्व में सेलिब्रेट किया जाता है और हमारी कल्चर से, सभ्यता से जुड़ा हुआ है। सो मैं आपसे ये जानना चाहता हूँ कि आप योग के बारे में क्या सोचते हैं, और हम लोग को क्या जो है इसमें और योग में जो है चेंजेस लाने की ज़रूरत है, ताकि आप लोग भी इससे जुड़ सकें और आप लोग भी अपनी लाइफ को बेटर बना सकें। जी
Yes, I'm really glad you brought it up. What I feel is, firstly, we need to focus upon the nomenclature. The yoga which our country had, it has been modified as yoga by the Western world, which is absolutely wrong. We need to call it yoga and not yoga, because yoga is the word which has the main essence of an everlasting philosophy or an everlasting art. And I feel that yoga needs to be inclusive, because yoga has no barriers. You must be knowing, because you yourself practice yoga, that yoga has no caste barrier, no class barrier, nothing. Everyone can do it, and anyone can do it. That is the thing. And since International Yoga Day is being celebrated from last 2 years, so many organizations have taken the initiative to include the disabled also in the process. Like some NGOs from Delhi and from other places of India also, they train the visually impaired people and the disabled people also, and they become the very part of the celebration. So I feel that yoga needs to be inclusive, it needs to be holistic, and every section of the society, regardless of any other factor, needs to be made a part of yoga, because yoga is so beneficial. It is life-changing art, and it works not only on physical level but also on mental level, on psychological level, on spiritual level. Basically, yoga is an art which alleviates a person from from bottom to the top, and basically it is a thing, or rather I should say, it is a magic which destroys all the negativity from within a person. And I myself have practiced yoga, though I don't do it now, but I have felt the difference, and I feel that the disabled people will definitely feel a very positive change in their lives if they are given an opportunity to learn yoga, practice yoga, and also imbibe yoga in their daily lives.
जी को सुना, इनके विचारों को सुना, योग के प्रति बहुत ही मोटिवेशनल रहा और मेरे लिए भी एक बहुत बड़ी सीख है। और जिस तरीके से इन्होंने बताया, इस चीज़ पे भी हम वर्कआउट करने की कोशिश करेंगे और मेरी कोशिश है कि जितने भी मेरे दोस्त, मेरे फ्रेंड जो है इस वीडियो को लाइव देख रहे हैं और सुन रहे हैं, तो वो भी इन चीज़ों का बिल्कुल व्यक्तिगत तौर पे इन चीज़ों का ध्यान रखें। अभी चल जी, मेरी एक और आपसे जो है एक आखिरी हमारा सवाल कि आपको क्या लगता है कि हमारे देश में और क्या चेंज करने की ज़रूरत है? लोगों को जो है डिसेबिलिटी के प्रति उनकी क्या मानसिकता है, और ख़ास करके जो विजुअली इम्पेयर्ड हम हमारे जो फ्रेंड्स हैं या फिर मेरे क्लासमेट्स हैं, उनके लिए सोसाइटी में जो है क्या आप मैसेज देना चाहेंगे जिसमें बदलाव आने की
facets associated with this approach. The first thing is we need to focus upon the basic needs because the level of education provided to the visually impaired is seriously pathetic because there are no special schools in many areas even today, and the special schools which exist even in some of the cities and even in some of the metropolitan cities, they also don't have that kind of an educational standard which is needed. So my first approach would be to make sure that all the blind schools which provide education to the visually impaired people provide it in such a manner that it leads to the holistic development of the child. They need to firstly bring English as a medium of instruction. If they don't want to make it compulsory, fine, but they should at least provide an opportunity to those people who want to learn it. Secondly, we need to focus upon the barrier free environment. The government of India launched a campaign last year, Sugamya Bharat, Accessible India. So the project of the government wants to make all the buildings disabled friendly. That is a very good project, but it is not happening at the pace which it should happen on. So my point is every building in the country, whether government or private, should be disabled friendly. Everyone should have a very positive approach towards the disabled. They shouldn't feel that how will disabled do this work. They should rather focus upon how can we make the disabled do this work. So we need a very positive approach. We need a very optimistic vision. And lastly, we need to be very optimistic, but at the same time, we need to be totally connected from the ground reality. Because the policies which are generally drafted for the disabled are drafted by people who have the least knowledge of the field. So you need to include all the stakeholders when the policies are made, and you need to ensure that the policies are not only made on paper, but rather they are implemented on the ground level. So if we work with a positive vision, at the same time, if we have a very strict vigilance over the implementation part, then I think in the coming decade, you will see a very great change happening. And India can be the first country to be the most disabled friendly in the world, because the United States and the United Kingdom, they have a lot of facilities, but they have achieved it because the people have been vigilant and the government has been forced to do work. So if India does that, India can easily leave US and other countries behind, because when we can leave them behind in terms of technology, we can also leave them behind in terms of disability empowerment.
बिल्कुल। अविचल जी, जो आपने विचारों को हमारे दोस्तों के साथ शेयर किया, दोस्तों हमने अविचल जी को सुना और ये हम सब के लिए मोटिवेशन है दोस्तों। जिस तरीके से इन्होंने इतना स्ट्रगल करके फाइट करके आज ये जेएनयू तक पहुंचे हैं और जिस तरीके से ये काम कर रहे हैं सोसाइटी में भी, और जिस तरह से इन्होंने योग के ऊपर समाज को, देश को एक मैसेज दिया, जिस तरीके से इन्होंने कंपेयर किया यूनाइटेड स्टेट को, इंडिया को, कि क्या क्या चीज़ों की में बदलाव लाने की ज़रूरत है। तो आई होप कि इस वीडियो के माध्यम से हम सभी तक ये बात पहुँचेगी और इन चीज़ों में भी थोड़ा बहुत वर्कआउट होगा। गवर्नमेंट और सरकार, देश इस चीज़ पर भी काम जो है करेगी। और थैंक यू सो मच दोस्तों, आप सबने मुझे सुना, देखा, और मैं फिर अपने ऐसे ही एक बहुत ही मोटिवेशनल फ्रेंड के साथ फिर आपके सामने आऊँगा और आप सबको उनसे मिलाऊंगा और लाइव उनसे बात कराऊंगा और हमसे सुनेंगे, सीखेंगे किस तरीके से उन्होंने अपनी लाइफ को बदला और आज समाज में इतना आगे हैं। ये मोटिवेशन है दोस्तों। आप इस वीडियो को शेयर करें, कमेंट करें, अपने सुझाव मुझे दें ताकि और भी ऐसे लोग जितने भी हमारे देश में हैं वो आगे आ सकें और अपनी लाइफ को चेंज कर सकें। तब तक के लिए थैंक यू सो मच फ्रेंड्स, एंड सी यू, एंड डू शेयर, लाइक एंड कमेंट। थैंक यू, बाय।